Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you about integrating these, you may have heard me say this before, but basically you do it in both directions. When I first learnt this integration, I would just do it in one direction, and then I discovered that the words swapped around in a different orientation had a different meaning. So when I go, for example, protection over to health, when I get a yes from him, I'll go, can you be healthy and protected? And I'll double back on the same set of words. So instead of having two lines, I just have one line now. Okay? And the other thing that I want to say to you is I usually work from bottom to top because they're the primary concerns that people haven't overcome yet. Everything above that is kind of, it takes care of itself, it's automated, it's self-explanatory, but it's usually the things at the bottom that people are like grappling with. If they can get that first bit together, the rest sort of falls into place quite nicely. So I feel like instinctively most of the time as a generalization, that the primary thing stopping people from moving on into their higher values are almost always as a generalization at the bottom. Okay? It's not fact, it's not always so, but generally the problems that the person who's trying to overcome is at the bottom. Do you feel like that's the truth for you mostly here? Like everything at the top is like, yeah, that's just who I am. Yeah. And everything at the bottom is like, on both columns is a bit like, that's what I'm grappling with, right? So if you start at the bottom, I'm noticing my integrations are getting quicker as I learn them more because I know where to target first. And you guys are coming together really quickly nowadays. So I think that's because I started doing bottom to top. Instead, because I used to go top to bottom, which would obviously drag it out. Okay, so, because I didn't think about it clearly, but now I'm going with intention. Another thing I will also do, which I used to do before I worked from bottom to top in the lacing up of the values, is I used to watch the hands out of the corner of my eye, and if one particular word made the hand move more than others, then I know that's probably the value that I'm working with the most, and I will stitch, let's say, being healthy. Oh no, sorry, that's the good part, sorry. Let's say protection, and we've been talking about this for some weeks now. I can pretty much guarantee you that protection was the one thing that needed to be accounted for out of everything else. If that was in my way, I was never going to get anywhere. Okay? So I've sent him off to do some homework to find out ways that he can do what he wanted to do in a protected environment. He's come back with a little bit of inspiration, and now it's my job to get that out of the way unconsciously. And so I would stitch that into, like, it wouldn't be uncommon for me if I saw a lot of movement just on protection. It would be pretty common for me to just hit that. Yeah. If that was really my primary driver that was moving everything for me. But I'm finding working bottom to top, back and reverse, forward and reverse seems to be working more than anything else. Any questions on this? Alrighty.
That makes more sense now.
No worries. I'll just whack that on the end of the demo then.